Welcome back to the Chip and Joe podcast show. My name, it's gotten to the point where I think you guys know, it's not Chip, it's Joe.
It's gone to the point, guys, where I'm still confused, man. I swear, I'm Chip. He's Joe.
I swear I'm Chip, believe me.
And this is the Joe and Chip podcast show.
What? This is a Joe and Chip show. So thank you guys for listening to this podcast. We are on 37 subscribers.
Shoot, man.
Holy crap. I can't remember what we were last time. Were we like 30?
30. Well, 30. Mario's mom was the 31st, if I recall.
I thought we were at 32.
Was it?
I think so. I think we were at 32 for a while.
Huh.
I can't remember, though. Don't quote me on that. I mean, last podcast, I don't know if we even mentioned it, but yeah, 37 subscribers. Holy crap. So thank you guys for subscribing, and if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing after this podcast if you listen to it and you like it. We will not be having the Joe and Chip hiccup anymore. We will discuss this after the podcast, and this will never happen again.
Joe just needs to stop with those
I know.
confusing intros, man. It's messing with my head.
You know, one of my coworkers, he asked me, he's like, why is it that you always say, oh, my name is not Chip, it's Joe? And I'm like, well, okay, the podcast, as you would assume, is Chip and Joe show, so Chip, you would assume, would start it.
Yeah.
It's not the case. I started, so I have to make sure that they know I'm not Chip, I'm Joe. So, yeah, that's kind of the reason why I started, and I always say that because, I mean, you would assume that Chip would be the one starting it, but I don't. So, yeah, and second thing, follow us on Instagram. I don't know if we mentioned it we didn't mention it, but at the end. So, we made an Instagram. We just want to, get people to follow us there. If you guys want to message us, really get to contact us through Instagram and, have any questions or whatever, feel free to do so. We have our email there if you want to email us for whatever reason. Message us. Do whatever you want to do. Follow us. You can do whatever. But yeah, we decided to make an Instagram, and we'll probably upload some little clips or something. I don't know really where I want to take the direction of the Instagram. But just follow us. It's on the screen right here, right now. So yeah, it'll be on the screen for the rest of the podcast. So third thing is moist. We just got to throw in the word, the podcast. Every podcast we throw in the word moist. So
I'm not even sure if we said the last part.
I don't know if
I think you
it.
did. Just threw it out there.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, we throw in the word moist in every single podcast, just for shits and giggles. And that's kind of it. So we had to do our daily dose of moisture.
It started from like the third or second podcast.
Oh,
I think.
shoot. I thought it started from the beginning. Never mind.
think-
Okay. I guess not. Also, this is the biggest thing. You guys may be wondering, why the hell is the background different? Well, spring break. So, we're going to be doing a podcast every single day for this week. And it's basically like a spring break podcast galore.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a podcast every single day, and the podcast is going to last 30 minutes instead of it being 45 to 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be 30 minutes every day for this week. It starts on Tuesday, which we probably should have recorded yesterday, so it would have been Monday to Friday. But we're doing it Tuesday to Friday, just the week. And yeah, so that'll be that. And that's kind of the whole update on what we're doing with the channel and what we have going on. So now we can get into our first topic, which is our first story. I ate pizza and I burped again, and I taste the sauce.
Wait, what type of pizza did you eat?
Pepperoni. I ate Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. I ate 6 slices. There was only 2 slices left, and I just gave them to my coworkers.
Is there any of you guys out there that think that Little Caesars is the best out of all the other pizza chains? I know there's gotta be some Little Caesar loyalists out there. But
I don't want to eat pizza unless Little Caesars. That shit's the bomb.
My top 2 are Toppers and Pizza Hut.
If you guys don't know what Toppers is, it's local to us.
Yeah.
So you guys are shit out of luck. It's
Ventura County,
so bomb.
right?
Yeah. Ventura County. It's so bomb.
Oh, it's
so bomb.
The best.
I think it's the best pizza ever tried.
Ever.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was the first? Oh yeah.
All right. So first topic is a story that happened to me Saturday. No, wait, Thursday. It happened to me last Thursday. I was working, and if you guys don't know, I work at a dealership. So it was pretty slow, so we were just cleaning up. It was me and my friend Static Danny. If you're watching this, Static Danny, hello, or listening to this.
Static?
Hello? Static.
Like
No.
shocky static or like happy static?
No, car static.
What the f-
I
didn't even think of that static.
Holy
shoot.
I have opened your mind today.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check out his channel, just search up Static Works. He makes car vlogs. So I was with him. We were working together, and we ended up just cleaning up these machines that like suck up like brake fluid, transmission fluid. It's what they use to like suck it up, all the old fluid, and put new. Yeah. So then I hate cars in this parking structure.
I mean, that's
loud cars. Even though I have a loud car. But so we were just emptying out these containers of brake fluid or transmission fluid, whatever it was.
Okay.
And we have this supervisor that's like a Mexican, just like straight from the motherland Mexican, but he like speaks English, but he has his own like, you can tell his masculine Mexican Rudy vibes that he has. Like he's just like he wants to be the man in charge, like the guy with like the chest puffed out sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we ended up Danny, he was pouring the brake fluid into this big barrel container, and then there was a hole. It was a tiny hole, so we had this big ass jug full of brake fluid, and we were trying to not spill it. So he started pouring it in, and it just started spilling everywhere. So we were like, shit, what do we do? And we were like, oh, get a funnel. There weren't any big funnels, so we didn't know what to do. So then
you go to your kitchen, you get the small stuff.
But yeah, so we're in the shop and we're doing that, and then we end up going to our supervisor. We're like, hey, how do we empty this out? And he has an accent. I'm pretty good at his accent. He has a Mexican accent, so he's like, oh, it's easy. You just need to do it. What's so hard about it? You just need to do it, okay? And he's like, he like basically says that he's gonna do it. So he goes over there, he grabs a big jug, and then he like has it. He's about to pour it, and he's like, he has gloves on, and he's like, oh shit, I need my sleeves rolled up. So then I go, he like tells me like, roll up my sleeve, and I'm like, okay, yeah, just randomly. So then I'm like tugging on his sleeve, and I tug it a little bit, and he's just like, no, roll it more, and I'm like, okay. So then I roll it back more. Because he didn't want to just like spill it on his jacket or whatever. So when he starts pouring it, dude, it goes everywhere. It went everywhere. He did more of a mess than we did, and he was telling us like, "Oh, it's easy. Why can't you do it?" Like, you know what I mean? Like he was just capping on us, and he just like pours it. It goes fucking everywhere, all over the floor and everything. I look at Danny, and we both stare at each other. My eyes were like bulging out, like I couldn't hold my laugh anymore. I walked away. I'm like, dude, this guy, he's like the type that like thinks everything's so easy.
Yeah.
And like when he does it, he like fucks up, but even then he doesn't want to admit it. So he's just like, oh shit. And then he's like, yeah, just make sure you clean this up, okay? Oh, and I'm like, fuck you.
He said that shit?
Yeah.
Oh my
god.
God.
He like looks down. He's like, just make sure you wipe it up right here.
Oh my god.
And then my friend, his name is Daniel. I call him Daniel or whatever, but his name's Daniel. And then, a Mexican person with a Mexican accent would normally just say Daniel. They'd just say, oh, Daniel. And then, you know what he says?
Daniel.
No, he says, Daniel.
No!
I swear to God. Every fucking morning when we're working in the shop, he'll come up and he'll put out his fist and fist bump everybody. So he'll go up and be like, Daniel. And he's like, good morning, Daniel.
Oh, I would...
We just fist bump.
I would hate that.
Yeah. And then he comes to me and he's like, good morning, yo. I swear. He's like, good morning, yo. And then, he just like fist bumps me, and then, he like puts his hands on his waist and puffs out his chest, and he just does a little tippy toe thing. So he just goes, and then just down. It's such he's such a weird guy. But, he's like very strict. He's just like this strict Mexican dude. And then, like, he hates being wrong and being corrected and everything. Just a typical guy that, like, super, like, macho, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he ended up leaving. He found a better job, I guess, whatever. But everybody's fucking happy. We're, like, super happy. But now that he's gone, he was, like, our buffer zone for us getting in trouble with, like, the main shop and, like, the service advisors and everything. So, yeah, he was kind of our buffer zone. And he would take all the bullets and then just tell us shit. But now,
because he sucked?
No, because he was like in charge of that department.
Oh, okay.
So now that he's not there, we're gonna get shit left and right. But yeah, that is our supervisor that left. But oh my god, he was such a character. That's the best way for him to leave. He just the brake fluid went all over the floor. He was like, oh, like basically saying he could do it better, or like, why can't you guys do it? And it just pours it all over the floor. Funniest thing ever. Second story. This is something I probably should have talked about last podcast. Actually, last podcast it didn't even happen yet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, if you guys are aware or have listened to the podcast, and if you haven't, I'm going to give you a little rundown. So, I was threatened to get kicked out of my house. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start looking for places, this and that. Mm-hmm. And like kind of just fell through, stopped looking for places like avidly, and just kind of said, oh, I don't think I'm gonna get kicked out, whatever. And then boom, I am homeless. So now I am homeless.
George just messages me, he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I got kicked out.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been staying at David's house for a day.
Yeah. So yeah, I am homeless now.
I asked him, I'm like, what caused the sudden the sudden event for you getting kicked out?
What was like the breaking point for me to get kicked out? Yeah.
Because before you were just living there.
Yeah.
But not seeing your dad.
Yeah, I was just avoiding him.
Yeah.
And then
so yeah, I asked him.
Yeah, and okay, and then so I didn't see my dad or talk to him for like 3 months, and then
so he wasn't aware.
So he wasn't aware that I had earrings. Yeah. So then my mom was like, "Hey, talk to your dad a little bit, maybe like warm him up."
Oh, like, really? That's how it went?
Yeah. So then I was like, all right. And then I needed to pay for my insurance, my car insurance, and since he has me as a like on the side, like driver, so I get cheaper insurance or whatever, I had to pay him. So I got my money out, and then I was paying in front of him. And I guess when I was paying in front of him, he ended up noticing that I had earrings. So then the next day, my mom was like, yeah, you just can't sleep here anymore.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, fuck. And yeah, so I'm sleeping over at my friend's house. And I don't know how long I'm going to be sleeping there, honestly. Like, I am officially homeless.
Yeah. But we laugh now. But
no, yeah. It's crazy. I would have never thought. So that forced me also to drop out of school for this semester. Because I want to work full time and have money for a new place. And then just have money in general. Because now I'm like self-dependent, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how everything's going. And yeah, I haven't seen any rooms. I saw an apartment with Hector.
Yeah, we went to go, I think the day of, right? Or the day you told me that that you got kicked out officially.
Yeah, the next
day. That you
day.
say like you're going to check out a place.
Yeah. So we went to go see this apartment. It was
the outside wasn't the good.
No, it wasn't.
It was very ghetto looking.
Yeah, it looked very
pretty ghetto looking.
Plain and ghetto.
Yeah, it was like
yeah, not good. But then the inside was all right. It wasn't bad. Yeah, and especially for one person, that would have been more than enough for me. But yeah, then I just kind of fell through. Also because they check my credit score, and I don't have like good credit yet because I just got my credit card from Chase. So I need to build up my credit, and also like all the little things that you have to do, like references and like all this other crap, pay stubs and all that. I'm like, it's too much work for still having to pay a shit ton of money. It was like $1,200. Yeah. Basically with like the electricity bill or whatever. So I was like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. Might as well just get a room. It'll be cheaper. With that money, I'll just invest it into something else. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. And I saw a room, I'm going to see a room in a couple days, and then hopefully that one's $850. But apparently it's 2 rooms turned into one, so they probably like knocked down the wall.
Okay, you said there was like 2 options. You said one was a garage.
Yeah, it's in the same house. So
the same house?
Yeah,
those 2.
Same house. Yeah.
Okay.
So the room, that's 2 rooms into one. It's probably a big room, and it's $850. Then there's a garage that's $650, and it's gonna have its own entrance and its own restroom. So
eventually, apparently, it's not built yet.
It's not built yet. I don't know how long. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he said that like if they can crack it out in like a week.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
a restroom in a week.
A restroom in a week, but I don't. That's just the piping. That's not like the building of a restroom.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever that is, but yeah. So that's kind of the update, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but now we realize like there's not much to do if Joe doesn't have a place to go back to. I think the first day after we looked for that apartment, whatever. We had nothing to do. Because we can't go back to my house, really, because we have all my family there. And we have no place to hang out. Because none of our friends' houses. It's the same situation.
Yeah, same
with all the family thing.
Yeah. There's no hangout spot.
Yeah.
Or, like, anywhere
So we're just like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're literally like, let's go to Walmart, I guess.
Yeah, and like usually if we don't know what to do, we just call it a day and we just go home.
Yeah.
But
we can't.
I can't. I can't go home because I don't have a place to like just crash at. I mean, I guess at my friend's house, but if he's not there, then like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. But yeah, and that is pretty much it for that topic. Honestly, there's not much that I can really talk about that you guys, haven't known now.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah,
I want a place.
I want a place already. Like, holy crap!
And Joe's saying he wants to like vlog in after he finds a place.
Yeah, I want to start doing daily vlogs just because it'll be interesting how somebody who went from not ever thinking they would move out to now being fully independent and like having to provide for themselves. Now I don't know if that's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's on YouTube. Like everything's on YouTube by now. But just having that idea of somebody who is really like independent and showing you exactly what they do, like where they get their food from, where they get good prices, what they do, what they do buy, what they don't buy, what they need, what they don't need. How they like budget their money, like if they budget their money, like what you need to be doing to be stable and not have any like any debt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of it for that. We'll keep in touch. I'll let you guys know when I start my like vlog channel. I'm gonna do like a just strictly vlog channel where I upload just like everyday vlogs. But yeah, that'll be that, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I also wanted to talk about last week, Tesla unveiled their brand new Model Y. It's the 4th model in the Tesla lineup officially, because there's obviously like a one car before or a model before that, but it spells out sexy. I didn't know that. Before Model Y, it just spelled sex. That's what it just spelled sex. Yeah. No one ever noticed it until they brought out Model Y and it spelled sexy. But yeah, if you guys aren't aware of Tesla, electric car company made by Elon Musk, same guy made PayPal. And yeah, so he is the guy who's, the main head of Tesla, and they've made cars go from expensive to very affordable. Like the Model S, Model X, those are the pricey ones, and then they went to Model 3, which is a cheap one. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about it if you're like remotely into like cars. And then the Model Y is the SUV cheap version of the Model X.
And the cheaper version of the Y isn't even out yet until like next year, right?
Yeah. So right now, the only models that are available for the Model Y are like the good models, I guess. Like the more expensive, ones, or the long range, or the more expensive ones, I guess. The cheap of the cheap is gonna come out next year. It's gonna be just your standard, like the most basic car you can get, like of that model. And so right now they're doing like the performance, they're doing long range, they're doing the all-wheel drive and then rear-wheel drive. It doesn't really matter, but it's crazy because they made this one a 7-seater, but it looks just like a sedan, but just a little bit like bloatier.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was a 7-seater.
It's a 7-seater in like this like little sedan-looking car.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, and this is a performance edition. I want to like talk about this because I want you guys to get an idea how fast this is for like such a big car. So 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds. That's quick. That's quicker than my car. And this shit could that could hold quick. 7. That could hold 7 people.
Shoot.
And it 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds.
It's probably. Do you know how it looks like in the inside?
No.
Do you know if there's a gap in the middle?
Honestly,
because the middle is a 2-seater, right?
So
is there a way you could walk? Like,
oh no. It would be. I think it's gonna be a 3 in the second row and then 2 in the third row.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is weird.
Oh.
That's how it would make it a 7-seater, unless they made 3 in the back. But I think it's just 2 because they need cargo space in the back.
Okay.
So they're trying to kind of like balance it out. But yeah, and then the range is 280 miles on a all electric motor. So no gas. You just go to those stations and it charges them up, or you can charge it at your house, which is convenient as hell. Comes with 20-inch rims. That's huge rims. And the top speed is 150.
Fudge. Wait, for Teslas, didn't you mention to me like a long time ago that if you buy one, they install a charger in your house?
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
They install a wall plug-in charger for your car in your garage. So when you you come home, you just plug it in and it charges it overnight.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's kind of like a phone if you think about it.
Yeah.
And my thoughts on Tesla have always been the same. It's a piece of technology. It ages, so why would you want to buy one? I think leasing is the best option for something like that. It's like it's the exact same thing that you would do with their phone. You know how they have like the 2-year plan? Mm-hmm. That's exactly the same thing, but with cars. They have a 2-year plan where you lease it for 2 years and then just return it and you get the new one. It's the best way to, have the most current, technology. Even though they update it through software, but regardless, like, it'll age.
Yeah, like if you were told that your phone battery will die eventually and that you can't really replace it for cheap or at all.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
You would just do that.
You would.
And then the same thing with the battery. It's the same exact thing as a phone. The battery starts like draining faster. Yeah. So you want to like prolong the life by charging it at 80% and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so it would just die like quicker. So instead of like 280 miles, it'll start going lower and lower because it'll just stop like the battery cells or whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting how Tesla is like stepping up. Like now, like all the other car brands are like Ford and other like are committing to electric cars because of Tesla. But yeah, that's kind of it. And talking about technology, we're going into Apple. You know the best.
Oh yeah, they just
the cream of the crop. Hector over here has a new S10e.
Oh,
I'm like the Samsung. What is that? I hear Samsung. I think of a TV. I think of a fridge. I don't think of a phone. When I think of Apple, I think of the cream of the crop. I think of the best of the best. I think of cracked screens that people never fix.
Yeah, Joe found his first sponsor.
I normally don't love Apple. But, they gave me $200 to say good stuff about him. So I'm going to fucking embellish it. No, Apple, you guys owe me money because you guys definitely aren't paying me anything. So I will send an invoice through the customer service and I'll expect, my check. So just today, actually, Apple revealed that they are doing this Apple Card. And it's a credit card made by Apple. And basically, the gist of it is it's inside of your phone. And I'm not sure about...
I asked Fabian, my cousin. I'm like, is there a physical one? He's like, yeah, they said it's made of titanium or whatever.
Yeah, I think they send you a physical copy too. Just in case it's not approved. Because you pay literally through Apple Pay. And that's it. but in case it doesn't work, they give you a card as well. So there's like really good things. Like they don't give late fees. They don't do like all the fees that you normally get from like a credit card. They don't do, or like debit card. They don't do the withdrawal like $35 because you missed or like you don't have funds or whatever. Mm-hmm. They don't do that. So yeah, that's like really, really good. And obviously you have it on your phone, so it's like the first virtual credit card that is made by like a big company. Mm-hmm. 2% and you get 2% cash back on everything you buy.
It's not a lot unless you buy a lot.
Yeah, but it's still better than the competitor like Chase. Chase is 1.5. I mean, what difference will that really make? 0.5, but still that they're like offering more is still like really good. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of the Apple Card. I want to get it. Like, I don't want to make like a review on it like later on down the road, but that's dope. Like, and then they have an app on your phone that is, I guess it's supposed to be the most clearest, like best app that any bank has, really. Or like any like credit card or whatever, the app is like the best in comparison to like Bank of America app, Chase app, and all. Like apparently it's like really easy to use, super clear. They've gotten like, I would assume they went through all the trials and errors that like all the other banks missed on, and they just added their own little twist. And apparently like it's encrypted in your phone and like all this, like you get a code each time you use it so that they never like use your card without you knowing. Like a lot of security features that you don't get from like, your normal credit card.
From Samsung.
Yeah, and Samsung. Later on, Samsung's going to come out with like this crazy, credit card that they're going to make. It's going to be the same thing as Apple. They're going to like put like 2.5% just to like be like, we're better. But no one will use it. They'll go bankrupt. They'll sell their company to Apple, and Apple will take over the world. That's it. Okay. And I love Apple. Again, Apple, you owe me fucking money for this.
Does Apple not buy their screens from Samsung?
They feel so bad for Samsung that they buy their screens, Hector. I want you to understand that.
Joe can twist any shit.
I could twist. That's kind of funny because that's true.
They feel so bad for Samsung that they're begging at their feet, man.
We feel so bad for Samsung that we go on our knees and walk 10 miles.
Just to give them the satisfaction.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, you get me. Hell yeah. Oh, wait, what happened yesterday, by the way? I think we were on the phone, and we were calling, and then we were talking, and then we said something at the exact same time, and then I'm like, damn, we hang out a lot.
Dude, it was Target.
Yeah. We randomly just say Target at the exact same time. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just like, dude, we hang out too much.
We say like a word or a phrase that we have to.
Well, like not even we
say Target in a specific accent.
Yeah, but like it's not even that though. We'll say like other things too.
Oh, you really?
Like we don't like, we're not like, that's not our only word that we say. Like we say like other things too. And then like you're like, I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Like we like know each other so well. Like, at that point we're like, we know what we're like kind of thinking.
Yep. It's true.
Fucking crazy.
Joe will say something like, I already knew you were gonna say
that. But yeah, that's insane. That's when you like hung out with that person for fucking ever. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this podcast. We're already at 29 minutes. That was quick.
Fudge.
But yeah, that was the first day of the Spring Break podcast. If you guys have any ideas or any topics you guys want us to talk about, we'll be sure to do so. I don't know if Hector wants to talk about all the these things that we can say.
I was debating with Joe before this podcast.
Like all the what do you call them? Impersonations that we can do.
Oh, okay, those. Okay.
Yeah. So we have a couple impersonations. If you guys listen to the last podcast, we did a little taste. But yeah, so next podcast,
dude, we gotta write them down, dude.
Yeah, we need to write them down. But anyways, guys, that'll be it for this podcast. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next podcast.
And then the day after.
The day after.
And then the day after.
And then the day after. So, turn on those motherfucking post notifications, because this gonna be like litty titty, dog. So, anyways, that has been for this podcast. My name is Joe.
My name is Chip.
And we'll see you tomorrow in the next podcast. Peace.
Bus.